Hi Sakis, thought I'd make you another video of the slitter there. So this is the Unwind side. This is a roll of test materials. Not much film there, but it should be fine. I think it's 20 micron. I don't know what film it is. I think it's a laminate there. So you have two arms. This is the starting roll. So you will extrude or print and then put it in here. So these are the chucks. This is a 6-inch or 152 millimeter core, but it also has a nodule for 3-inch as well inside. So you have a control desk here on the left and another one on the right. All pretty self-explanatory. So you have both arms raise and lower, so you turn that down and it hydraulically lowers the roll and then obviously back up again. Then you have controls for both arms to go out or both arms to go in when you pick the roll up off the pallets. Then you've got left arm movement only, and on the other you've got right arm movement only. I'll just turn the air on 1 second. Air is supplied here. So that's on at the moment. So we can raise and lower this little splice table here with that. So rather than starting with a roll and pulling it through the web path, which I'm going to show you in a minute, what you would do is you would leave the material that you had just finished slitting here, tape it to the edge, run a knife down here so that you've got a nice straight edge, then put your next roll in and put a line of tape across to do a splice. You probably know what that is from your extrusion anyway, but just worth mentioning what that feature's for. Machine's got two edge guiders by E&L, which are very expensive ones. So we need to calibrate them. Don't be alarmed by the error message. We'll get this working before we ship it. But basically the reason there's two is because when you are tracking a printed edge on the top, you have one here. And then when you're checking the underneath, sorry it's very bright, you have a second one. So that's why there's two. So it just needs some TLC. I've already got an engineer coming on Wednesday next week to fix this and just give the machine an inspection, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. So that's the control for the E&L system. Oh, that's a display on the panel. I think most operators would use this setup. So I'll try and show the web path of the machine, although you will have this in a document. So we are going up over this roller, which is moving for the edge guide, I believe, yes. Then we're going around this one, around the back of that one. It goes under this footbridge, up underneath this one, over the top of this, down to here, around the back of that one. I'll just lift the knife guard so you can see. So underneath that one, as you can see, like the arrow down like that, up over the top of these. Then you have the knife in air area, which is here. So you have two rollers close together, which creates a flat for the knives to sit in. And these are the knives, by the way. So you have 14 total. Not a lot to say about these because there's very basic compared to slitting paper, but you lift that out and lower that in, and that's how it works. So you can see the razor blade is just touching, but not touching the cork. So to set up a job, I'm just going to take those out for now because I'm going to wind up on the bottom shaft, make sure the roll's square, and make sure everything's okay. So this is the other side of the machine. Just move that pin. So what I've done is I put a full length core on the bottom shaft, and I'm going to wind it up so that the roll stays where it should be, because I've pulled the material through. It probably settle maybe over here or something, we'll find out. Then I'm going to introduce the knives and run a bit more material through, and then I'm going to take this core off and put the lanes from the top and bottom shaft to do some slitting. So just so you know, these are some rolls that we already made on this machine. So very, very good slit edge, like a CD, like the back of a CD. I made all of those. But let me pause the video there and we'll do some more. So to set up the knives, I've put some blades on these. You can see the blades at the end there. The round circles are magnets. These ones here inside. I don't know if you can see that. Possibly not. They're magnetic, so you can just slide them on and off. I'll show you. So the free circles are magnets, and then the other two are just to locate the razor blade. So a little trick that you can do for your operator. We will set up knife free now. So rather than measuring, you can simply put the core cut to the correct size, which I think is 50mm, 60mm. So hold it on the actual blade and then push the other knife so the knife is on the back side. And that's what I've done here. So you see that they all fit like this. So that's how to set them. So now we have the knives engaged. I'm just going to run the machine to make the slit lanes. So here they are. You can see that's quite a hard thing to show. But if you let it wrap around a few times, because the web path to the top shaft is slightly longer. So we'll stop the machine now and just wind it back. All of this is just waste. I suppose these are the only real tests. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll web it up and then restart again. So now we have this. This is what I've rigged up. So these are going to be the actual tests. Rolls. The rest is just made up with scrap cores, air hards, things like that. So the web path is the same to the bottom shaft. I'll try and show what that is. So those are the knives. It goes down and under this roller and over the top, and then down to this roller, under this roller, like that, and then over the top. But for the slit rolls, you can see that there's a slight difference. So after the knives, they go down and under this roller like the rest, but then they go up. They go up to this roller, under and over the top. So let me try and show that from a few different angles, because it's very important that you get the web path correct. So again, from the knife section, we're going over to get the flat edge, under. For the ones on the top shaft, they go up and around. For the ones on the bottom, they go further down. There is, of course, the machine manual here with all of the diagrams, web path diagrams and things like that. But I think this video's a lot easier to understand. Now we have the machine set up like this. So you can see those are taped. Then we have the big wide one and various taped ones like that. Just going to check that the slits are okay, because that one stepped over a little bit. That one was never right, I knew that. These have started poorly. This one's okay. I think probably because there is air in the film. We should be using the Leon's to smooth them out. So you have quite a bit of oil on there. We'll see how that affects things. I think probably the ones on the bottom are going to be nicer. You can change the lay-on pressures here, but let's try for some speed. Pressing the wrong button. Much better with the lay-ons. You see that we've recovered this roll. This one is nearly right, even though it's stepped over a lot. We're running at a lot of speed here. So the real diameter on the Unwind, shown there, 202, is counting down. It will stop at about 170. So I might as well run the rest of the roll through and then you can see what that looks like. Some very, very awkward material. Sticky Eye's going to run it off the roll because I've got the settings wrong. So these are the finished rolls. I had to pull the wind back a bit because as the roll pulled through the machine, it made a bit of a mess this side. So I just unwound, say, a meter and then trimmed it. This is a non-slit edge, so you'll probably get a better edge on your extruder maybe, but that's the quality of the roll as it came to us. Not very good. This is the slit edge, which I'm sure you'll agree is the right tension. It's flat, very nice. Same for this side, flat, very nice. This side, I don't know what happened. I think maybe when I ramped up the speed, it tapered a little bit. This is operator error. I need to increase the tension, or maybe one of the ball locks isn't quite working. This acts as a differential. The slit edge, very good, very good, very good, very good. Non-slit edge, very soft and bad. Again, these finished rolls, just stepped over a little bit, which is why it's a bit star-shaped. Maybe you can see it there. It's not right up to the core. Probably stepped over by that much, which is why it's all crinkly. The quality is very good though. So let me take these off for you now and we'll have a look. Let me just pause it because I need both hands.